235
I wonder whose life and career Shane's here to make miserable tonight. Commissioner Hothead is out of his mind. Completely unlikable. You know, guys, I talked to some of the members of the Mean Street Posse. They don't want anything to do with Shane O'Mac anymore because he's such an egomaniac.
Weighing in at 266 pounds, Kevin Owens.
I hope for Kevin's sake, everyone leaves him alone. Poor Kevin's got the worst luck, is constantly mistreated by general managers on both Raw and SmackDown.
You ever stop to think that maybe the fault is Kevin Owens? Maybe it's the fault of the guy looking at him in the mirror? Kevin Owens is the most paranoid superstar I've ever seen. It's always everybody else's fault except for Kevin Owens. He's good, though. Kevin Owens has a motto of fight anyone. Proof of that came when he challenged SmackDown Commissioner Shane McMahon.
Now, it's funny because I recall Kevin Owens having no choice. Shane McMahon had conspired to keep Owens far away from the United States Championship. Questionable officiating and a corruption of power on Shane's part forced Kevin Owens to retaliate.
And guys, you can almost literally feel the electricity in the air for this Hell in a Cell match.
We touched on Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon's disdain for each other. It became so personal that the only match shootable was a Hell in a Cell. It was almost calculated how KO baited Shane into that position. Michael, I have no doubt that Kevin was expecting, even hoping, that Shane would try something insanely dangerous that night. And when Shane did, Kevin Owens had a guardian angel protecting him as he watched Shane crash from the very top of the cell. Kevin Owens is a superstar who believes he has nothing to prove. That all the opportunities in the WWE should be handed to him at his own discretion. Not just because he's had a tenure in this business for nearly 2 decades, he feels he deserves to be respected on that note alone. Back in the ring now. Oh, clothesline! How do you think Shane McMahon could unleash substantial punishment right now? He doesn't want to let this match get out of control, guys. You mentioned Kevin Owens' long tenure in this... Oh, man, right on the back of the neck. Nobody does it quite like him. Down to the floor. Guys, I think it needs to be said that, yes, while we all are enjoying watching this match, you cannot deny the real dangers these superstars are presented with here tonight. Ooh, what impact. Boom, what impact. I don't know how much more Shane McMahon can endure. Looks to me like he just hit a wall. Shane McMahon is in a predicament he can't buy his way out of here. I have to agree with what Byron was saying about the dangers of Hell in a Cell. The truth is that superstars change forever after competing in this demonic structure.
For once, I agree with both of you. The fact of the matter is that tonight will likely be the most demanding night of these superstars' careers.
Oh boy, he is rolling. Oh wow. Gentlemen, I think we can all agree that we've seen some pretty special moments over the years. But for me, few were more special than getting the opportunity to call the first ever women's Hell in a Cell match back in October of 2016. Recalling that first ever Women's Hell in a Cell match, I gotta say, the ovation Sasha Banks received that night was among the loudest I've ever heard, but I didn't remember you actually calling the match.
Yeah, that's what happens when you compete in your hometown, Cole, but ovations can only get you so far. And in the end, it was Charlotte walking away with the win, not Sasha.
Bump handle into
Right across the knee.
Shane absorbing a lot of punishment here. Shane McMahon got the worst end of that stick. Toss to the outside. If you want a blueprint for how to make an instant impact, watch Kevin Owens' debut at NXT. Owens delivered a vicious apron powerbomb to his best friend and new NXT champion Sami Zayn. KO said he was the future, and he wanted to prove it on his first night on the job. Byron, you reflected on Kevin Owens' first night on the job. He started the night with tears in his eyes after a 14-year globe-trotting career finally landed him in NXT. But by the end of the night, his eyes told the story of a man who wanted to take over.
Well, if that night didn't show you that Kevin Owens belonged, then I don't know what would have. For all the talk that's done about KO being entitled, on that night, he showed differently, as the prize fighter demanded what he wanted, not with words, but with ruthless aggression.
Oh boy, he is rolling.
I don't know about you guys, but for me, there is no greater thrill than being at the announce desk for a Hell in a Cell match.
You know, I'm a little surprised, Corey, to hear you talk about the thrill of announcing a Hell in a Cell match, considering you were there when Shane McMahon shattered the announce desk at Hell in a Cell 2017.
I was there too, Michael, and I'll tell you, I will never look at Hell in a Cell matches the same after that.
You were?
Guys, we all know the storied history of Hell in a Cell, but we'd be remiss if we didn't at least mention that the first time anybody laid eyes on this demonic structure was back in October 1997 at the Bad Blood pay-per-view. Dropped him with a big shoulder tackle.
Bump handle into... Oh, God!
Man, right on the back of the neck.
Game, set, match. This one is over. Shane McMahon's chances just went from bad to worse. Reflecting again on the first time we saw the Hell in a Cell structure, I don't think anybody at the time could have envisioned the truly merciless moments this structure would provide over the years.
And amazingly, Michael, those moments somehow become more and more barbaric with each passing match.
Well, nasty fall.
You know, no matter how many times I see a Hell in a Cell match, I'm always amazed at...
Here he goes. Big time slam. Vicious.
Shane absorbing a lot of punishment here.
He knows he's in trouble.
Kevin Owens setting it up.
Powerbomb. Shane absorbing a lot of punishment here.
Here we go. Kevin Owens is setting it up. Hard to dispute Byron's point about what the...
Oh, Byron, you don't think Owens is gonna... Uh-oh.
I think so. Shane absorbing a lot of punishment here.
Corey, check this out.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Penny predicament.
Nail.
Harsh impact. Over the years, guys, I'd say we've come to expect Shane McMahon to do some crazy things in the ring, but I don't think anybody expected his...
Owens has him hooked up. Pump handle. Oh, right across the knee.
Wow, I'm just as surprised as you guys are.
Kevin Owens setting it up.
That should do it. Focusing more on Shane's amazing leap at WrestleMania than Michael mentioned. Remember, Shane somehow got back to his feet after ultimately missing his intended target, The Undertaker.
Not only did he get to his feet, Saxton, Shane actually told The Undertaker to keep bringing it. If that's not the definition of resilient, I don't know what is.
You know what I respect most about Shane McMahon, guys? It's that he could very easily sit on the sidelines and reap the benefits of being Mr. McMahon's son. But instead, he chooses to prove his worth each and every time he steps into the ring.
Right to the back of the neck. Byron mentioned how Shane proves his worth by stepping into the ring, which is something I don't think a lot of executives would do, let alone go to the extreme that Shane does.
Yeah, for some reason, I don't see many executives from publicly traded companies jumping through announce tables. But with Shane, it's really become commonplace.
Oh boy, he is rolling. Pump handle into the...
Man, right on the back of the neck.
But he's running on fumes here. Does he have enough left in him to capitalize?
That'll readjust your spine. Gentlemen, I was able to catch up with KO in the social media lounge earlier tonight, and he said, quote, fans on social... Kevin Owens setting it up. Big boot!
You know, Corey, returning to Kevin Owens and his relation with the WWE, I believe from both sides there's something deeper there than what is shown on the surface.
I think I know what you're saying, Michael. You know, KO disguises it, but he really does want to be loved by the WWE Universe. And the WWE Universe wants to love KO. But neither side knows how to express what they want.
Kevin Owens looking to fly. Incoming. Of course, guys, we all remember the 1998 battle between Mankind and Undertaker. And all these years later, fans still refer to it as one of the greatest Hell in a Cell matches of all time. Kevin Owens.
Pump handle applied. Oh, right across the knee.
This one's over, guys.
Now, Kevin Owens needs to capitalize on this opportunity.
I think Owens realizes that.
Kevin Owens.
Oh, no.
He's going to set him up, and he's going to put him away.
This is going to be bad. Package pile driver. That's what he was looking for, Michael.
The shoulders are down. I don't believe it. This one is over. WWE scholars in the future will look back at this Hell in a Cell match as one of the greatest of all time.
I don't like to throw around a lot of praise, but my eyes tell me that might have been one of the great matches in recent WWE history. Hope everybody at home set those DVRs because that was a match you're going to want to watch again and again and again. Epic.
Here is your winner, Kevin Owens.
A very decisive victory here tonight.
And talk about displaying a never-say-die attitude. It was